it has been completed at a rate of 73%. However, concerning the construction of the offices of the zones as a part of the new delimitation of the country, this project has only been executed at 3%. In the economic sector, notable progress has been also made, as evidenced by the 100% completion of the paving work on the main roads in the provinces of Changuzo and Kayanza as planned. The Prime Minister added that for the projects that have not yet been completed, the necessary resources are already available for their execution. Regarding the issue raised by the parliamentarians about the state of the main roads in the country, which are in poor condition and hinder the movements of people and goods, the Prime Minister reassured them by stating that the government will take measures to rehabilitate them. On the question on the return of the chimpanzees from the country coming from Kenya to strengthen the national economy, Jeroven Dirakobucha specified that preparations are underway to facilitate the transportation of these animals that attract tourists. As for the concerns regarding the officials of the parastatal institutions who have not yet benefited from the new salary policy, as well as retirees who have not yet received a pension equivalent to their last salary while in work, the Prime Minister expressed his willingness to address these issues. In light of the lack of foreign currency in the country affecting certain vital products, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Gerard Daniel Davidabe, called on all Burundians to increase production to meet national needs. For the unanswered questions, parliamentarians were invited to summon the relevant ministers to provide them with detailed explanations.
The school-made project funded by the Republic of China in some selected schools in the provinces of Bubanza, Bujumbura, and Chibitoke officially ended this Friday. It has significantly contributed to the improving learning conditions in these provinces and has a positive impact on the academic success, according to Riboire Bigirimana, the director of the National School Meal Program. Gorje Gatogato.
Launched in April 2024, the school feeding project in selected schools across the provinces of Bubanza, Bujumbura, and Chibitoke officially came to an end this April 2025. Funded by the People's Republic of China with a contribution of $1.5 million, the program provided regular school meals to 46,200 children over the course of 1 year. During the closing ceremony, the Minister Counselor at the Chinese Embassy expressed satisfaction with the success of the project, highlighting the strong cooperation between the two countries. Representing the Ministry of National Education, Hermenegilde Burikukiye emphasized that developing human capital is a key driver in achieving the country's long-term development goals. Riboire Bigirimana, National Director of the School Feeding Program, underlined the positive impact of the project not only in terms of improved academic performance, but also on the local economy. He noted that the funds injected into the project were largely used to source food from local agricultural cooperatives, thereby contributing to the economic vitality of rural communities. Also in attendance, the acting country director of the World Food Program reaffirmed the organization's commitment to continue supporting the Burundian government in implementing its school feeding program.
According to Regideso General Director Jean-Albert Manigomba, the existing electrical infrastructure is able to receive all the electricity from all the power plants, but the remaining problem to be addressed is the electricity distribution network, especially in Bujumbura City, which requires rehabilitation. Joseph Mrinda Jambo has more.
In his visit on Wednesday at Ijiji Dam, the General Director of Regideso, Jean-Albert Manigomba, explained that the waterway is getting on the final stage. According to him, they are reaching 80%. Technicians have already started tests, so they continue main ones that will last for 1 month, and then start real electricity production estimated at 32% megawatts. Jean-Albert Manigomba appreciates the ongoing works level, informing that by April 30th, 2025, they will start the electricity production. He also mentioned that other electrical dams across the country are getting on advanced stage for electricity distribution.
Official launch this Wednesday in Kirundo province of the project Regeneration of Soils and the Thriving Rural Ecosystems. This project will be implemented by the British non-governmental organization Ripple Effect, aims to help the population of the communes of Kirundo and the Bugabira region along the Lake Tohoha to protect the environment and strengthen their economic resilience. Jivan Ndaishimiye reports.
The province of Kirundo is often affected by the impacts of climate change, which prevents many families from growing enough food to feed themselves and from producing a surplus to sell in order to buy other essential products for their livelihood. It is in this context that the British NGO Ripple Effect launched the project Regeneration of Soils and the Thriving Rural Ecosystems Restore. This project aims to protect the environment and strengthen the economic resilience of smallholder farmers in the communes of Kirundo and Bugabira who live around Lake Tohoha. Gloria Nimhundu, country director of Ripple Effect, stated that thanks to this project, the food security of more than 1,000 smallholder farmers living around Lake Tohoha, grouped into 40 associations, as well as that of their families, will be improved. Christian Nimubona, Director General of Environment, Water Resources and Sanitation within the Ministry of Environment, Agriculture and Livestock, who officially launched the Restore project, emphasized that this project comes at the right time as it aims to protect arable lands and preserve the environment. He noted that the Restore project will be of great benefit to the province of Kirundo, given the many difficulties the province faces due to the climate change. He also took the opportunity to call on every citizen to commit to protecting the environment, stressing that is the foundation of the country's economy. The Restore project will be implemented on 8 hills in the communes of Kirundo and Bugabira over a period of 2 years, with a budget of over £618 funded by the government of the Isle of Man.
Some of the problems faced by citizens in Ngozi province are the delay of fertilizer and the illegal trade of coffee and oils. Errors presented on this Wednesday during a meeting organized by ONPG8 in a French acronym National Team responsible for the prevention and eradication of genocide, among others, to those who represent citizens in various sectors in order to foster peace and achieve the country's vision. Joseph Murinda Jambo once more.
Under the theme, Let's Unite for Building a Peaceful Country through the Peace Consolidation, the Sustainable Development and the Violence Prevention, the meeting towards leaders and representatives of the population in Ngozi province, organized by the ONPG8 institution in charge of peace consolidation and genocide eradication and war crimes, aimed at peace consolidation in all sectors of the life, in line with reaching an emerging country in 2040 and developed one in 2060. Participants rose various challenges they face concerning economy, justice and social ones. Among them include land conflict, some men who deny the share of parents' legacy, school drops resulting in street children, the fraud especially for coffee and minerals. To overcome these concerns, the chairperson of the ONPG8, Jean Dodian Mutabazi, said that it's important for everyone to gather efforts for maintaining vigilance, especially on fraud cases. The population of Ngozi complained for the delay of fertilizers availability. Governors are then urged to take into consideration this issue. Jean Dodian Mutabazi asked fertilizer producers to make long-term fertilizer supply to allow farmers to get them in time and then get a good production in all cultural seasons. For social issues, the ONPG8 chairperson stated that the improvement of social dialogue would contribute to solve problems in households. Political intolerance have also been raised in some communes and then invited people who want to disrupt refugee camps to instead consider the political diversity which is the source of richness.
The Rice Technology Development Project in Burundi has increased the rice production within cooperatives in Gihanga Commune. Evrenda Ikeje, Director General of the National Agency for Cooperatives in Burundi, said this on Thursday during the rice harvest in that commune. Marisi Muhigwe details.
After the Chinese rice project, China Foundation for Rural Development started its activities in Gihanga Valley. The production is increasing now. Here, the new variety was introduced, and then farmers said to be satisfied with the harvest, as on 91 tons, they will harvest at least 145 tons. Farmer Emmanuel Nizigimana says to be satisfied by the added value to cultivate this new variety experimented by the Chinese experts. Here, Yang, the chief of the mission of the experts team, expresses his gratitude after the experimentation of this rice.
Today, all of us witnessed the performance and take part in the harvesting action. And you say after, if they increase the technology, never, then they can upgrade the result, I think.
Evrenda Ikeje, the Director General of the National Confederation of Cooperatives here in Burundi, said that this project is at the center of Burundi, an emerging country, by 2040 and a developed one by 2060. On 1 hectare, a harvest production is estimated at a quantity between 8 and 12 tons of rice, while Gihanga Valley has more than 5,000 hectares.
To end this news, we tell you about poverty in some places of capital city Bujumbura. Litter is being observed in front of some public spaces, which can cause a negative impact on the human health. This was the observation made by our colleagues during their visit to some places in Bujumbura Town Hall. Joseph Mwinda Jambo report.
Despite the president's launch on ambitious zero waste project to clean up Bujumbura, the sanitation situation remains worrying. In several parts of the city, piles of waste are piling up in front of certain public places, and the citizens often dump them, sometimes unknowingly, on the roadsides. Vendors are also observed operating near these piles of garbage, which can have a negative impact on consumers of these products. Furthermore, many gutters are abandoned, overgrown with weeds, and some ditches appear to have been blocked and contain stagnant water mixed with mud, creating unsanitary conditions. Non-biodegradable bottles, particularly plastic ones, litter the streets, such as Boulevard de Lipona. It's clear that some passengers litter there, while others ignore the pedestrian crossing, making their way through the flowers that contribute to the beauty of the city. However, some areas of the city stand out for their cleanliness, such as Chaussée du Prince Louis Rwagasore and other streets where spaces are clearly marked for waste devices. These initiatives show that it is possible to improve the situation, but collective commitment and increased cleanup efforts are needed to sustainably transform the urban environment.
Thank you, dear viewers, for keen attention. This is the end of our news edition. Keep watching us. Bye-bye.